y'all sit here mad at Coach Stormy when in reality, the bitch ain't wrong. Y'all are eating off low vibrational plates. I sit here going around telling everybody and their mama that diabetes runs in your family. When no, baby, that low vibrational plate runs in your family.
Let's talk about it.
It's alright. I'ma get some dick today. No, it's fine. I'ma get some dick today. It's so fine. I'ma get some dick today. Be outside. I'ma get some dick today. 'Cause I'ma get some dick today. I'm gonna get some dick today. 'Cause I'ma get some dick today. I'm gonna get some dick today. 'Cause I'ma get some dick today. I'm gonna get some dick today. 'Cause I'ma get some dick today. I'm gonna get some dick today.
What's going on, y'all? It's Scott Santana, aka Chi. We just talking about the fuck shit that y'all put up on the internet, and I'm here to invite y'all into the group chat to discuss. Okay, nobody asked for my opinion, but guess what? Ho, I'm giving it. Okay. By this point, it's about a week later. Coach Stormy done came and hurricaned all over the fucking internet streets. Okay, and done sent the world into a fucking frenzy. Black people specifically, because listen, y'all are always affected, always targeted, always like feeling attacked, always like, or just always doing always, okay? Always doing always, okay? And that's what the fuck we here to talk about. Now, if you don't know what video I'm talking about, let me go ahead and play it for you.
You couldn't even pay me to do this. They put this on my plate. I will not let, no, I don't do what they do. I do what I do. I'm the visionary, I'm the leader.
But she's
I would
my
never eat a plate that looked like this. You couldn't even pay me $1 million to do that to myself.
Oh my God.
I deserve better than that. That's low vibration. And you took it. I would have been like, I'm playing like that. I tell you what I want. You don't tell me what I want.
So my thought process is if you put it on my plate, but I don't have to eat it, I got the discipline.
I won't even look at it and look. That make you look bad. I'm a queen. Queen's plate on your leg. If we used to have two plates, we play together, and say who's royalty, they would say this person. I agree. That's a good way.
This is serious stuff.
Yeah,
Because it's a lot of people that just let people give them what they want them to have. And they accept it. And Storm is teaching me right now.
Yeah.
Coach Storm is teaching me, don't accept what they put on your plate.
Let's go ahead and get into it one more fucking time.
You couldn't even pay me to do this.
They put this on my plate.
I will not let, no, I don't do what they do. I do what I do. I'm the visionary, I'm the leader.
But she's
I
my
would
coach.
never eat a plate that looked like this. You couldn't even pay me $1 million to do that to myself.
Oh my God.
I deserve better than that. That's low vibration. And you took it. I would have been like, I'm playing like that. I tell you what I want. You don't tell me what I want.
So my thought process is if you put it on my plate, but I don't have to eat it, I got the discipline.
I won't even look at it and look. That make you look bad. I'm a queen. Queen's plate on your leg. If we used to have two plates, we play together, and say who's royalty, they would say this person. I agree. That's a good way.
This is serious stuff.
Yeah,
Because it's a lot of people that just let people give them what they want them to have. And they accept it. And Storm is teaching me right now.
Yeah.
Coach Storm is teaching me, don't accept what they put on your plate.
Now, see, this video, this little TikTok or whatever, this is a video that went viral. I first saw it on Twitter, then it spread across all the different blogs, then it got on TikTok, and now everybody has been talking about this shit, making jokes about it. Like, you even got, like, celebrities weighing in, like Carisha. I don't know if y'all saw this video, but look at it.
I would never eat a plate that look like that.
But they put this on my plate.
I don't do what they do. I do what I do. I would never eat a plate that look like that. That is low vibrations. That's a hood rat plate. This word to you. You put these two plates together, they're gonna say this word to you.
You right.
I wouldn't do that to myself.
Ooh.
I wouldn't let them do that to me.
And what my coach is telling me right now is not to let everybody put what they want on my plate.
You deserve better than that.
I do.
Carisha is a hot mess. We're gonna do a separate video on her. Like, Carisha is a hot fucking mess. But let's go ahead and get into this whole debacle now. I'm gonna keep it honest with y'all. When I first saw the video, you know, obviously it was on Twitter and people were talking about it. People was enraged. And for me, I don't automatically subscribe to group thought. I don't automatically subscribe to what all black people are thinking or what most black people are thinking at the time, which typically fucking happens. Like a lot of black people, specifically of urban community, do tend to think the same. And not that I'm trying to be so different and so out there and so free thinking. No, I'm somebody who has dealt with their trauma. And so I try not to think from my experience or my trauma. I try not to emotionally react first whenever I see anything, especially with these commentary videos that I'm doing. I just literally go into shit open-minded, right? So when I saw the video, I was like, okay, I get it. I get it. I get it. Like I got, and this is before having any background detail. This is before anything. I'm like, oh, I get it. Like I get it. Low vibrational plate. Like looking at her plate compared to her plate, I'm just like, oh yeah, her plate looks fucking sloppy. Like I didn't even think about anything else other than the fact that okay, you have two plates. Clearly, they're doing some sort of barbecue. Clearly, they're doing some sort of cookout. So you know, you're gonna have different foods like potato salad and ribs and baked beans and all of that, right? But I'm looking at the two plates and I'm like, one is clean and one looks a mess. One is like very messy. And so automatically for me, in my head, I'm like, yeah, like, okay, judging from the video, Stormy is coaching this girl and telling her, like, listen, and I didn't even take it that serious. So let me say that as well. I didn't even take it to be anything extra. I mean, I definitely thought Stormy was being extra, but I did not take the video to be over the top, like how everybody else took it. I looked at it like, oh, these are homegirls sitting down eating and, you know, they just shooting the shits. And she took a moment to like make a metaphor about something, right? Because when I saw the tweet was something to the effect of like, look at this bitch always trying to make a lesson out of something. And I just looked at it like, girl, they eating food. And it's just like, she thought of a metaphor off the top of her head. Somebody was recording. Boom, that's it. But I took it no more than Stormy telling this girl, like, listen, baby, don't just let anybody throw anything on your plate and just you take that shit. Like if your plate is sloppy, presentation matters. You know what I'm saying? Like presentation matters. Because for me, I know if I'm at a Red Lobster, if I'm at a hell, even McDonald's, like don't just hand me anything. If I'm paying for something, if I'm paying for a service, I want it to be done in a way that it's supposed to be done. Okay. If I go to fucking Red Lobster and I order, you know, let me see, what do they have? Like an ultimate feast, right? Or if I order like a Cajun chicken pasta and I got noodles dripping off the plate or sauce all over the fucking plate. Like, yeah, it's a pasta and there's going to be sauce, but presentation matters because that is part of why I'm here. That is part of why I chose to have this dining experience. So for me personally, as I watched this video, I was not triggered. I was not affected. I didn't care. But as I went through the comments, I saw everybody like, oh, low vibrational place. Oh, so we hood rats now. Oh, bitch, you're at a barbecue. Like, what the fuck do you expect? Like, da-da-da-da. And I'm just like, and mind you, as the week went by, like, you got people making different TikTok trends. You know, we got everybody and their mama talking about it. And everybody is just really so offended by what this girl was saying to this other girl. And I'm just like, why? Aren't y'all the same bitches who literally every fucking Thanksgiving, y'all rush to Instagram and start posting y'all Thanksgiving dinners as if we give a fuck, okay? And y'all are the same ones that have the debate about, oh, I don't want my collard greens touching my yams and da-da-da-da. Like, so I did not understand why people were so upset. And then I dug a little deeper, and then it turns out that a lot of people seem to think that Stormy is a scammer and, you know, she's somebody who abuses her power. And I'm not here to negate that. I'm not here to even get into that at all. What I will say is that you have people that use their voice for good. You have people that use their gifts for bad. And so if she's using it for bad, then that has nothing to do with me, right? And honestly, that really has nothing to do with the message of the video, right? The video was about being low vibrational. And it was about accepting what people give you and knowing when to say no because it challenges your value and your self-esteem. That's the way that I took it. I took it as, listen, I don't want nobody just, especially if I can't make my own plate and it looked the way that I wanted to, don't just throw me anything and have it look any type of way. Now, where shit kind of gets a little conflicted is recently Stormy did an interview on Fox Soul because, you know, her and Funky are, you know, I guess like, you know, they friendly or whatever. And so, you know, they did a whole video and Stormy didn't make it any better because she doubled down on all of her efforts. And while I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, and I still am, she kind of said some things that made it like, okay, Stormy, where I thought she was going with it was with the whole value thing and self-esteem, She was more so concerned about the amount of food on the plate. That is where I have a problem. First of all, I got a problem with the bitch hands. Her fingers all up in the girl's plate, right? Her fingers was all up in her plate. But aside from that, it's like, okay, don't tell me how much motherfucking food to put on my plate. Okay, don't tell me how much motherfucking food to put on my plate. Okay, bitch, because if I want to go back and I want to get a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 8th, okay, I will do that. Okay, or if I don't feel like going back to get a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th plate, I will put it all on one. Okay, so don't do that. If that's what we judging queen and hood rat based off of how much food is on my plate, well then, baby, the system is flawed. Okay, we're gonna need to deconstruct that and reprogram it. Okay, let's get some new rules into place, because if that's what we're using to judge what's a queen and what's, I guess I'm gonna be a hood rat all day, because maybe I don't feel like walking back and forth up and down the aisle to go get that. So that's where shit kind of gets a little bit problematic for me, because it's just like, yeah, you don't want to judge her based off the food on her plate. But then as Stormy kept talking, she mentioned that the girl that she was talking to is somebody who she's actually coached for years. Somebody who actually used to be overweight and lost a lot of weight. Okay. Now, mind you, this is also somebody who, like I said, she's coached for years. And so she's made a lot of money under Coach Stormy's, influence. And again, scam or not, that's not what we're here to discuss. Let's stay on topic. Okay. Relating it to this specific situation, Stormy was speaking to somebody who has been under her influence, somebody that clearly is already aware of how she speaks, how she comes off, what she means despite her delivery, because that's another thing. I can see how people would be offended by the words that she chose to use. But at the end of the day, a lot of y'all are fucking hood rats. Like, a lot of y'all are low vibrational. So I don't even understand the gag there. Like, come on now. Like a lot of y'all support the baby. Okay, it wasn't enough for him to shoot a motherfucker. Okay, but don't let him get on a song talking about how he slept with Megan. Now all of a sudden he's canceled. Now all of a sudden don't nobody want to buy his albums. Don't let him get up on a screen and talk about gay people. Don't let him disrespect his baby mother. Don't let him disrespect Danny Lang and they baby. And y'all still support it, which is low vibrational. So, I mean, there's different ways that we could go about it. So, like, being offended at the fact that she said queen and hood rat and low vibrational and, I'm going to still eat my low vibrational plates. You do that because there's other things that you do that are still considered hood ratish and low vibrational, even if you consider your plate to be high vibrational. That's neither here nor there. My thing is, once I understood the backstory and why she was talking to Tammy that way and what her message was, and, she knew that this was going to be controversial. She knew that this was going to be like a moment where social media was going to be in an uproar. I looked at it differently because I'm like, just a couple of weeks ago, I literally saw on Twitter that Tabitha Brown was trending because, I don't know. I guess she said something to the effect of, it's not diabetes that runs in your family. It's the plates that you're eating that runs in your family. And I'm like, so people were praising Tabitha Brown for that. But when it comes to what Stormy is saying, we all have a problem? I'm not understanding when it's the same thing. And I feel like it's not the message that y'all are mad at. I feel like it's more so the messenger. And y'all got to get over that. Y'all have to get over that. You have to get over that because everybody is not going to teach and tell you things and baby, and rock you to sleep and like Tabitha Brown, wonderful woman, great presence, great energy, but everybody's not going to deliver that message in that type of way. And sometimes you need a Coach Stormy or a Scott Santana to literally give you that tough love and be like, bitch, you getting fat. Nah, come on, sis. Because like, again, once I realized that she was really more so making it she made it a lesson. She recorded the video and posted it online, but she was more so talking to Tammy and using her as an example. But knowing Tammy's backstory of being fat, it's like, okay, baby, that right there that you're doing is low vibrational. And me as your coach, knowing your history with food, why would you let them disrespect you like that? Notice if you go back to the video, that's why let's go back to the video just in case your opinion has changed.
They put this on my plate. I will not I don't do what they do. I do what I do. I'm the visionary. I believe it. But I would never eat a plate that looks like this. You couldn't even pay me $1 million to do that to myself. Oh my God. I deserve better than that. That's low vibration. And you took it. I would have been like, I'm playing like that. I'll tell you what I want. You don't tell me what I want.
So my thought process is if you put it on my plate, but I don't have to eat it, I got the discipline.
I won't even look at it. That make me look bad. I'm a queen. Queen is plate on like. If we used to have two plates, we play together. And so who's royalty? They would say this person. I agree. That's a good way.
This is serious though.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of people that just let people give them what they want them to have, and they accept it. And Storm is teaching me right now.
Yeah.
Coach Storm is teaching me don't accept what they put on your plate.
I just still don't see what the fuck she did wrong. I still don't like. I get it. It's like, baby, you don't tell me what I get to have. I'm gonna tell you what I want, right? Because take yourself out of the situation. Take yourself and your triggers and your emotions. Take all of that out of the situation and think for a second. This is somebody who struggled with weight issues, right? They had a buffet. And if that's the plate that they gave her, yeah, Timmy's like, oh, well, I could have had the discipline. I could have been like, okay, well, I could say no. And just because you gave it to me, I don't have to eat it. But then it's like, okay, bitch, at that point, now you're wasting food. And then that's a separate video that y'all don't want me to talk about. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, why not just tell them in the process, since they're making a plate, be like, no, I want this, I want that, I want that. Now, if you wanted all of that, that's different. Because I really do believe that Tammy, she wanted to eat the rest of it. Okay, she wanted to eat every last goddamn thing on her plate, even though Stormy had her fingers all up in it. She was still going to eat every last thing up on that plate. But the point is that don't just take something from somebody just because they gave it to you, especially knowing your struggles in this, that, and the third. Be like, no, I want this. I want that. I'm watching. Like, you don't have to go deep into it and explain, oh, I'm watching my weight. I'm on a diet, da-da-da-da. But, like, don't just take it and accept it because they gave it to you. But further than that, like I was saying with the whole Tabitha Brown situation, the quote that she said about diabetes doesn't run in your family. It's that plate that does. That is the same thing as a low vibrational plate. And so while we're all sitting here laughing and joking and this, that, and the third on social media, I get it. Have your fun. Get your jokes off, this, that, and the third. But if we really take all of our feelings of frustration and insecurities and trauma out of the situation and really just look at it for what it is, that's facts. A lot of the shit that we eat is low vibrational. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it is junk. And of course, nobody wants to be, like, preached to. Nobody wants to have a fucking lesson in the middle of a fucking cookout where you're just trying to have fun and kick back, and that is the time to eat something low vibrational. But at the same time, let's just be fucking honest. I mean, look at what's going on in the news right now. You got Nene's son that is likely suffering from, the stroke that he had and the heart attack that he had because of low vibrational shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's becoming, data now that a lot of people are dying younger. You know what I'm saying? Like, we'll go to the doctor and they'll tell us, oh, this, that, and the third, but it really is true. It's not necessarily that diabetes runs in your family. It's more so of what you're eating that runs in your family, because we don't know any better. We're just cooking, the recipes that was passed down to us. We just eating how we've been eating all our life. But at some point, it's just like, we have to realize how we contribute to those problems that can later on come up in life and that may jeopardize our lives. And so that's where accountability comes into play, right? And so that's why I don't think Coach Stormy is necessarily all the way wrong. Now, could she have just been reverse engineering after she saw, because I don't know. I don't know. At first, I got it, but then the more she talked, I'm like, the more that I heard other people's opinions, I'm like, yeah, I don't know what she was trying to do in that moment. I don't even know if her speaking to that girl that way was trying to look out for her best interest as far as like her health wise or whatever, or if she was just literally calling the girl fat. I don't know. But what I will say is that before y'all get offended and like start feeling attacked by every single thing that fucking happens and start feeling like somebody's personally trying to trigger and traumatize you, kind of look beyond that. Kind of look beyond your own feelings and kind of like go into shit objectively and be like, okay, what the fuck is really going on here, right? And that's really what the point of this video was. It's like, I know everybody's getting their jokes off. Everybody feel like the way that they feel about Coach Stormy, but it's like, come on. If y'all can give Tabitha Brown the benefit of the doubt, okay, yeah, the delivery might be different, but they are literally saying the same exact fucking thing. Okay, but definitely let me know. Let me know down in the comments below. Like, what did you think about the situation when you heard it? Now that I gave my opinion, like, do you feel like you can kind of see it a little bit more differently, or is it still fuck that bitch? Like, let me know how you feel down in the comment box below. Definitely make sure that y'all hoes is following me on TikTok and Twitter so that y'all can start tagging me and shit and giving me y'all opinions and shit over there, okay? Because I be going off all the time on Twitter, okay? So definitely make sure that y'all go over to Twitter and follow a bitch, okay? And I will see y'all hoes in the next one. And see, that is what we're going to go ahead and end this video. Now remember, if you hated me for that opinion, don't worry, girl. There's a lot more where that came from. Just make sure that you like, you comment, and you subscribe and turn your notifications on. For extended videos and exclusive content, including full episodes of my new weekly podcast, Let's Start There, make sure that y'all go ahead and subscribe to patreon.com/ScottSantana. And also, make sure that y'all join the bandit mailing list in the description box. So that way, y'all hoes never miss a video. Make sure that y'all follow me on Twitter so that we can engage and argue back and forth. And, you know, just stay tuned for the hot shit that's coming to you, bitch. Okay? I love y'all. Bye.
Come and get your nut. Then different stuff. It's alright. I'ma get some dick today. No, it's fine. I'ma get some dick today. It's so fine. I'ma get some dick today. Be outside. I'ma get some dick today. I'm gonna get some dick today. Cause I'ma get some dick today. I'm gonna get some dick today. Cause I'ma get some dick today. I'm gonna get some dick today. Cause I'ma get some dick today. I'm gonna get some dick today.